hard hat with a lamp. Very useful for crawling through narrow tunnels where you can't use a flashlight. Sam's backpack. Let's see if there's anything useful in here. Sam sure carries some strange things around. Very strange things. Sam's back. 2 glow sticks for emergencies. Why do so many people like beer? It must be hereditary. At home, we only use the stuff to catch slugs in the garden. A green balloon from Sam's backpack. I don't even want to know why she brought this on an archaeological expedition. A donut in clear plastic wrap. I'll just remove the wrap. A frosted donut. It's not quite fresh anymore, but it still looks edible. The donut used to be wrapped in this. A hard hat with a lamp. I guess there used to be a flag here, but the explosion tore it down. It's stuck firmly in the ground. I'd be dead by now if I hadn't left my tent. Whoever kidnapped Sam obviously won't stop at murder. I should be careful. Some of these tent poles still look halfway usable. I'll take them with me. The explosion destroyed everything else, I'm afraid. The fish are just avoiding the obstacle by jumping out of the water and over the cascade. I could name at least 20 people off the top of my head who wouldn't be that clever. The fire's gone out, but the ashes are still smoldering. I don't think I should light the fire. If the guys who kidnapped Sam come back and find a campfire burning, they're bound to start looking for me. A cast iron teapot. Hibiscus blossoms, even I know that. The petals are a beautiful deep red. I don't usually go around tearing out flowers, but maybe these will be of some use. I should leave some of them to bloom. To quote Heraclitus, Ponta Re, after all, adversity is no excuse for disregarding the educational opportunities of the situation. It's much too soon to drown myself, and it's too late to bathe. One of the many miracles of nature, which experts call a branch. This isn't going to work. One of the many miracles. A stone. It's as flat as the jokes that I used to keep hearing from that lady I don't want to think about anymore. Not a chance. Either I'm too much of a weakling, or I've decided it's the second alternative. Pretty big. It must weigh around 200 grams. I wouldn't be surprised if it eats more than just flies. By the time I've waded through the water to reach the frog, it will have hopped onto the next leaf and be sitting there, laughing at me. Being laughed at by a frog is definitely not good for my self-esteem. A right? I'll just use these tent poles to stabilize the fence. Done. If I use this to cover the hard hat's lamp, I'll have a colored light, but what good will that do? If I use... Sometimes it's better not to ask, but simply act. I guess this is one of those moments. Good idea. This should keep the blossoms fresh. Just wait a few minutes. Hibiscus tea, very nice. Now what do I do with it? Now it's red dye, not at all appetizing. I wonder what it will turn into if I wait any longer. I don't have that much time. Better just take the stuff as it is. Now I have a piece of red plastic wrap. The once so fine hibiscus blossoms have been reduced to a soggy red mush. Nina would be so proud. The papaya is now red. Hey, how would you like a tasty papaya? There, buddy. Now you've got red hands, too. I don't care how fast you run now, just as long as you stay on the ground so I can follow your red tracks. This looks like the temple. There's no sign of sand, though. The monkey's tracks lead around the temple. Guess I should follow them. There she is. She's locked in a cage, and the guard is heavily armed. Things aren't looking too good from here. Maybe there's another way to get to her.
Max! He's alive! He found me. Now I stand a fighting chance of getting out of this cage in one piece. I had better keep quiet so the guard won't get suspicious. As long as I am the only one who knows that Max is prowling around this temple, our chances of launching a surprise attack aren't all that bad. I only hope that Max has got a plan, preferably a good one.
If only I had a plan. Looks like she's holding up pretty well under the circumstances. I mustn't endanger her further, whatever I do. I don't see any way of communicating with her from here without alerting the guard. That thing does look pretty scary. There's a hole in the wall beneath the face. I can't get there without being spotted by the guard. I have no idea what kind of a plant this is, and I've never seen these white berries before. I'll just take some of these. I don't need... Unless I'm very much mistaken, this is a carnivorous plant. No idea why they named it after the Roman goddess of love. I can't get there without being spotted by the guard. Why would they light a campfire in broad daylight? To keep the wild animals away? There's not much I can do with it from here, and I can't get any closer without being spotted by the guard. The bowl is full of fresh fruit. I can't get there. A dead animal. The guy is heavily armed, and he seems pretty nervous, neither of which is going to work in my favor. I'd rather stay in hiding. Besides, I bet he's not alone. I had better watch my step. A scrap of cloth fluttering in the Is it Sam's? Or does it belong to her kidnappers? The back entrance of the temple. Maybe I can get to Sam this way. I can't see a handle or any kind of mechanism for opening this door. If Sam's translation is correct, it says, "Honor the goddess enthroned above all." With her radiant being and ever-open eye, she looks down upon her subjects, the mute and the homeless. Yet they have no one to blame for their miserable state but themselves. Were they not so self-centered, then they could see the riches at their feet, the queen's gold. A small niche in the niche is empty. It's empty. It's rather a fascinating structure, actually. I don't want to get too close. Those bees don't look very peaceful to me. There are some situations where it's more convenient not to have hands covered in bee stings. Therefore, and for that reason alone, I will not perform this action. I would never have found the way to the temple without the monkey's red footprints. A scrap of This isn't some TV crime show, and I'm not a forensics expert. This scrap isn't going to tell me the family history of the person it belonged to, nor what that person dined on this week, so I may as well just leave it there. A strange plant. It reeks of carrion. Flies seem to love it. I find it rather disgusting. I can't get out from behind the tree without being spotted, but maybe it will smell bad enough from here to distract the guard. The guard isn't reacting at all. I guess the distance is just too great. I'll put 2 of these poles together. That will give me an extended range.
Yuck! What is this horrible stench? It's worse than a skunk!
If I ever decide to become an evil mastermind, I'm going to make sure I never employ guards with sensitive noses. Unless I'm very much mistaken, a strange plant. It reeks of... There's not much I can... I would never have found the way to the temple without the monkey's red footprints. Little fireflies. I'm surprised to see them here. I didn't think the jungle was their natural habitat. How am I supposed to catch flying creatures with my bare hands? If I could do that, I'd be working in a circus. There are some strange white lines on this tendril. No idea how they got there, or what they mean. This is pretty big. I'd rather not meet the spider that made it. I'll just get rid of this web. I don't want to walk right into it by accident. How am I supposed to catch flying creatures? Smart fish. Instead of getting caught in the fence, they jump over the top. Pretty clever. Like we've got some kind of contest going on here. I destroy the web, the spider rebuilds it. I destroy it again, the spider rebuilds. Great pastime for a boring Sunday afternoon. I'll bet anything that the web will be whole and undamaged by the time I come back. Is waving. This spider is not only fast, but also pretty smart. It simply built its web between the other two trees. The fireflies, on the other hand, glow beautifully, but they're not too bright. Pretty stupid of them to fly straight into the spider web like that. Come on, my little buddies. I'm here to rescue you from the nasty monster spider. Use the flag as a fishing net? Okay, why not? I guess it's worth a try. Well, that was quick. I might consider a career as a fisherman. can use bacon to catch mice and beer to catch slugs. I always did like that kind of gardening advice. The first fish I ever caught. No, it's not dead, just asleep. There's a slug crawling over the rim of the can, looking for a drink. A slug has actually climbed onto the can. I'll rescue it before it drowns. No sign of any slugs. Maybe they don't like light beer, although it's supposed to taste the same. The can is open. I'll just leave it there. Otherwise, I'll probably spill it all over my pants, and then I'll smell like a hobo for days. I can't see the back entrance of the Now what? Yikes! They must be really hungry. There are still a few bees about, but I'll risk it. Phew, that was lucky. I got through it all unscathed. Done! Yes, I am so great. They should make me the leading man in a movie or in a computer game. Okay, let's see what awaits me in this temple and how I can get to Sam.
Oh, what was that? The barkeeper shoots at me and then takes off in a helicopter seconds before the ship is swallowed by a gigantic monster wave? Did I just dream that? Why would that guy shoot at me? And did he know about the wave, or did the helicopter just happen to pick him up at exactly the right moment? Probably not. After all, he was going on and on about the end of the world and being rescued by that Puritas Cordis sect. What is the meaning of all this? By Poseidon. Looks like I've got quite another set of problems for now. The ship hasn't sunk yet, but since it capsized because of that monster wave, it only appears to be a question of time. I've got to get out of here, and fast. A lever for steering the ship. On the left, it says full speed ahead, and on the right, full speed backwards. At the moment, though, the lever is set to stop. Right now, the lever is set to stop. I could set it to either full speed ahead or full reverse speed. The pipe definitely looks worse for wear. There's a big hole at the top of it, and a connecting piece got ripped out below. I can still see some oil at the very bottom of the pipe itself. Looks pretty sturdy. I can't yank that out. There's water on the other side. How about I leave the door closed, stay put, and the water can do the same? Seems like a fair trade. The middle floor broke open, and part of a steel girder fell to the ground. This is not a passage to the room above. It's only a part of the floor between the decks that broke open. It's closed, but climbing through that hatch may be our only way out. I can't reach it. There's water on the other side. I would be more tempted to admire the fantastic view if I wasn't on a capsized ship that was bound to sink at any moment. The window still appears to be holding under the pressure, and I am certainly not about to change that. A bust of somebody or other. I hope this is the way out. To freedom, not to eternity. The wheel is completely rusted in place. Even a gorilla couldn't turn it. A massive steel girder. The steel girder is way too heavy. I can't lift it without some kind of equipment. The poor guy looks rather beat. I can only hope that he's fit enough so we can get off this sinking ship in time.
Oh, but where am I?
We're on a capsized ship that could sink any minute now, and you've been trapped under a massive steel girder. But I'll think of something, don't worry.
Don't worry. When should I be worried, if not now?
Good point. But I'm sure I can find a way out of this. You saved my life after all. I owe you.
Thank you, but I boarded this ship for a reason. You remember the incident at the harbor?
The man who had that fatal accident?
Exactly. He must have slipped you a letter right before it happened.
But I haven't got any letter. Besides, there are more important things we should be worrying about right now. We need to get out of here.
Why do you think such odd things happened on board? Why do you think people had to die? Trust me, this is important. I will not leave the ship without this document. You must find this letter. Did you find the letter?
No. But...
Please keep looking. We need this letter.
Oh, dang. Without this mysterious letter, he'll refuse to leave the ship, and I can't just leave him here to drown. Oh, dang. A bust of somebody or other. The photo of the guy who... I could whack it. The cabinet is secured. A picture of the ship naming ceremony. The cabinet is secured by a combination lock. The cabinet is secure. In order to open the drawers, I need to enter the correct number code first. 4 7 7 5. I wonder whether that was the right sequence of numbers. Nothing happened. Must have been the wrong code. The cabinet is in order to 4 7 I wonder whether that... nothing. A picture of the ship name. In order to... 7, 4, 5. I think that was correct. The drawer is empty, but I could at least use it as a makeshift stairway in order to reach the upper hatch. It's... Right now, the full speed... Something appears to have moved in the room above me. Right now, and now... Something appears to have moved in the room above me. This is not a passage to the room above. I could step on that drawer in order to reach the hatch, but before I open it, I should make sure that there's no water behind it. Otherwise, They must have broken apart in the fall. The drumheads have... It's closed. The middle floor broke open. This is not a... Right now, the lever... And now, nothing happened. And the lever immediately... Something appears to... Right now, the... I will place the bongo drum under the pipe with its open end up. Looks... They must have broken apart. That sounded hollow. There seems to be no water on the other side. There isn't much left of that fancy reception area. This looks bizarre. All the records it contained are scattered across the floor. I'm not going to find anything there. The door is locked, and the doorknob is missing, too. That's the way to the restaurant. Maybe I could ask to be served my last meal, but the doorknob broke off anyway. That's the way to the engine room. From up here, I can see that the chain got wrapped around the propeller shaft of the ship's engine. This is probably what made the funny noise when I pulled on that lever below. Looks like it used to be a ladder. Climb up there? Forget it. All kinds of ship's records, papers, and documents. All kinds of papers. I don't think I will find that letter here, but maybe at least this will help convince the guy who saved my life that it makes no sense to go looking for it. I found my ticket. And just like I thought, there isn't a... Oh, but there is. It's true then. The man at the harbor really did slip me a letter. But the document is full of cryptic symbols. I can't make heads or tails of it. And the enclosed drawing doesn't make much sense either.